Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I know I'm standing between you and the pizza break, so I'll be brief and accurate. So I'm Sayantan. Yes. So I'm Sayantan, work in myopia. Now, yes. So look at this eyeball. This eyeball has done too much of near work, doom scrolling, this scrolling and scrolling. There's no rest, just doing homework, only screen time, no break at all. So I want to see what happens to this eyeball when our child gets this kind of environment. So can our eyeballs get cabin fever is the question of today. So what is cabin fever? You know, when you keep somebody in a closed environment, they feel awkward, they don't feel comfortable, they feel uneasy. That's what feeling can happen when a child is kept in an increased dark environment with no outdoor activity and only near work. So just a quick audience test. Have you gone outside today? Have your eyeballs seen enough light? Light doesn't mean teams in the light mode or a sunny wallpaper. It means really outside light. So if you have done that, that's great. Your eyeballs are thriving. If not, it seems like you're inside the outlook from breakfast till now. So welcome to the modern child is a cave goblin. So if you perform an experiment, indoor experiment, we keep a child indoors and see what happens to them if we give Wi-Fi to them and keep the rest of them outdoors. I'm sure there will be drastic difference between those two groups, but no one will sign up for such experiment, of course. So our daily cave goblin routine, our child's routine is something like this. They wake up, they have some screen time, go to school, do some homework, near work, and then again screen time, do some homework, come back home, screen, and finally, they feel sleepish. They don't feel enough sleepy at all because they're in the screen all the time. They are hyperactive always. So it seems like our childhood has become something like office job, but with snacks. They get snacks and doing office job. Laptop, email, phones, and we work till we drop, always working. But a child's eye is under construction. Unlike us, our eyes are already structurally committed. That doesn't grow. But a child's eye is growing. So definitely the visual environment, what the child's eye is seeing, definitely impacts the growth of the eye. Definitely it will affect the growth of the eye. It becomes either too long or too short. If it becomes too long, that is myopia. It becomes like a baguette. So the childhood has changed faster than biology. So we as a human has not changed much, right, from 1980s till now. What has changed is the environment, the visual screen. When I was a child, I used to go outdoor a lot, but nowadays kids, they don't go out a lot. So the indoor exposure has become much more than outdoor activity. So the biology is not changing, but the activity is changing. So what's upsetting the eyeball? So all of you has a printout in front of you. You can vote there and see what is affecting the eyeball most. So what is the biggest troublemaker you think out of the four? Is it screen or is it only near work? Is it the gene or is it lack of daylight? What is causing this myopia increase in children? You can vote if you want. So we can discuss one by one. So first is screens. Of course, it's obvious suspect. People think yes, screen is causing myopia. That's the culprit. It's causing everything. But the evidence is a bit messy. So if you look at literature, of course, you see that the link between screen and myopia is not very clear. Why is that so? The reason is we ask the parents and the children, how many years did you have screen exposure today? And they become very good. It's like asking the adults, how many biscuits do you have? They become very honest and healthy and they say, it's just half an hour more, not more than that. But that's not the truth. They always underestimate the exposure of screen. And that's why the evidence is not very clear. Next is near work. How much near work have you done? So of course, people say, oh, sometimes overestimate. They say, I've studied a lot today. I've done 10 hours of homework, which is not true. Again, the evidence is a bit messy. Next is genes. It's great to blame your parents. Do you have myopia? That's why I'm myopia. But maybe that's not just the case. Because when you live with a family environment, you share more than DNA with your parents. You share the environment where you live, the expectations, the outcomes, what they expect from you to go outdoor, how much. So there's a shared environment you have, which you share. Fourth is the lack of daylight. So children nowadays, as mentioned, they don't go out much. So when eyes don't expose to outside daylight, what happens is there's no release of dopamine. There's a chemical released in the retina, which prevents the eyeball from growing. So some people think that outdoor means sport, but that's not the case. People say, I did a lot of treadmill and running to the inside, but that's not same as going outdoors. Second is indoor light and outdoor light. People say that I'm under a bright light always. Suppose the lights here, they're quite bright, right? Industrial light in IKEA is very bright, but that's not same as outdoor sunlight because outdoor sunlight is a broad spectrum. These lights just have one or two peaks, red and blue. Now, next I mentioned that dopamine is a brake for the eye growth. So if you go out sunlight, there's dopamine release, it stops the eye growth, which doesn't happen when you stay indoors. And last I mentioned is parental myopia is gene, DNA, and the shared environment of the house, which you have. So finally, if you come to the prescription of what to do with these kids, Release the eyeballs is the most important thing which you mentioned first. Go outdoors, release the eyeball. That doesn't mean that children should go run across Birmingham and just go feral and run everywhere. They need the studies, but they need sun. And sun is not just an application, it's not an app. There's no password update or cookies. Just you have to go outdoors and get sunlight. So important is outdoor light for at least 2 hours for kids. Screen not more than 2 hours, based on the age of course. Distance of reading should be at least 30 centimeters or more than that, not closer than that. Break should at least 30 to 40 minutes and take a break, not do more than that. And last is eye check, myopia control. There are special lenses and contact lenses which change the optics of a normal lens and gives a break signal to the eye. It stops the eye from growing, so which normal lenses cannot do. Those special optical design lenses called myopia control lenses do that. So it's very important for kids to do that. So last, thank you, and you can go outside before eyeballs files a complaint. So it's important to go outdoors. Thank you.